Hi everyone. A couple of months ago, this company emailed me and asked if they could send me a set of their pens to try out and to review them. So this is from Doodle Art Pro. I did receive these for free, but they are not paying me for this review. So the first thing I really liked about this particular gel pen set is that it comes in a case. Right now I live in a very small space and I don't have a lot of containers since we moved countries. So it's nice that these already came packaged and I don't have to worry about finding a container for them. So they label these as glitter and glitter neon gel pens. So they have two sets inside of the one. They're 1mm tips and they have a rubber grip. They're also non-toxic. Not that any of us would really try to eat this, but if you're using them with small children, and also they're acid free. So I'm primarily a scrapbooker, and this is very important for me to know that they're going to last a long time if I use them to do journaling cards. All right, so let's get inside of the package. So when you take them out of the package, they come in two sets, just like this. They are all different colors. They are not exactly the same. They also have a warranty, which I've never seen with gel pens before. I could be wrong, but this one says your order qualifies for a free 1-year extended warranty. So it's pretty impressive that they have a warranty. They also have free printables to get coloring pages for free to try these out on. So when you have them, you have two sets here. I think I'll open this one first. This one is my favorite because of the color variety. One thing I like about these particular gel pens is this color family right here. These are colors that no matter what gel pen set you get, many times you're not going to get this variety of these types of colors. Let me show you those. Okay, so I'll show you this whole chart later, but I wanted to focus on this brown glitter, copper glitter, bronze glitter, black jet black, dark gray, medium gray, and silver. It has such a variety here of these coppery colors all the way down to a variety of grays. So that's really unique for a gel set. So I really liked that about this particular set. It has all the standard colors that you would normally get with gel pens, but they also add this nice variety. Another one that they have is this transparent one. So I know, I think it was Sakura has one, I think it's called Stardust, that I've used for years, that it's clear and you can just, if you're doing a card or something and you want to add a little bit of sparkle, you can just color over that color with the transparent and it gives it that shimmer. This set also includes one of those. So you'll see each of these pens are nicely put in here and they have their individual slot. So there's a place for each pen and they're not going to be sliding all over the place. They hold in place in their kit very well. If you look at the individual pen, it has a nice lid that covers the top of that gel pen very well so that your pen does not dry out. That can be an issue with gel pens, but the way these are made with that cover, it totally covers up that tip so that your gel pen doesn't dry out on you while it's being stored. Snaps on very tight. It also has this nice comfortable rubber grip. If you're a side writer like I tend to be, you can get that callus right there on your finger, and that grip makes it very easy. Also, the amount of ink in this gel pen is very good. Now, gel pens do run out of ink more quickly than other pens, usually because we're coloring with them and doing things like that. And the ink, especially with these, they're very fluid, so they do come out very quickly. So you have your standard red, orange, pink, another fluorescent pink, orange. yellow, orange, yellow, light green, mint green, green. It's like a kind of a turquoise blue, purple, and then this is my favorite section for this set. It's like a brown, copper, bronze, jet black, dark gray, medium gray, silver, and transparent. So this set is very unique in its coloring, and that's why this is my favorite out of the two that's in this package. Now this one has its unique characteristics as well. Now on all of these that are glitter, you will notice some sparkle on them. Even on the little grip and on the barrel, you'll see little flicks of glitter. And so right here where it says Doodle Art, you may be able to see some flicks of glitter here as well. So you'll be able to tell that this is a glitter gel pen. But what I really like about these are the colors, because like I mentioned earlier, if you're using these on those coloring books, this is really good for that, because in those coloring books, you may have florals and leaves. So look at the variety of greens and yellows and oranges that this particular set has. So right here you'll see it has deep pink, reddish glitter, just a nice variety of flower colors here. My favorite as far as for the flowers is down here though, is the greens. They have like a teal green, leaf green, and a light green. They also have a variety of oranges. So if you want to do shading on your flowers, this set is really good for shading your coloring book flowers, as well as up here with varieties of pinks into the purples, as well as in the blues. You can see how you could use these for shading your flowers to get a variety of tones. So I definitely recommend this set for any of you who love to do the coloring books. Also, this paper that I'm using is what I usually use in my planners. So let me show you the back. It does not bleed through. And so this is the copy paper. This isn't the cheap thin copy paper. This is a step up. I want to say that this one is, I don't remember, I think it's 24 pound, but it does not bleed through at all. So this is great for planners. It's great for journaling in your scrapbooks. It's great for a variety of things. Now, for those of you who've used gel pens for a long time like myself, you may wonder how they compare to other companies. So I'm also going to show that. So these are a few of the other gel pens that I did bring with me. As you can tell, I didn't bring a huge variety of colors with me, but there is a reason for that. I do like the Jelly Roll. This is Jelly Roll 08 by Sakura. Now they do come in different point sizes. They have a 0.6 and they have a 1.0 millimeter. These are my favorite for photos, and I'll show you an example of that a little bit later, but I just wanted to run through a few of these real quick. Another is the Pentel Sunburst Metallic Gel. This is one of my favorites to write with because it feels almost like a ballpoint pen when I write with it. This one comes in this gold. It also is sold sometimes as a package of 2, and you can get gold and silver together. This has been one of my favorites for a long time. This is from Target, and I think I got this in a set of like 20 from Target years ago. But again, I only brought the gold with me. And last but not least is Uniball. I have it in white and in gold, but I tend to use the white more. It's the Uniball Signo, and this one is in white. I really love this one. So now on a piece of paper, I'll show you how these 4 brands compare to the Doodle Art. So first up is the Uniball Signo. So since white wasn't going to show up on white, I went ahead and did it with the gold so that you can see the tip. This one is very fluid, it's very smooth. So is the Pentel. So that's the Pentel Sunburst. The Target for general use, and if you want a whole bunch of colors, this is going to be one of the cheapest ways to get gel pens. It does tend to skip on me from time to time, but that's kind of the nature of gel pens. So this is one that I like better because of the thicker tip. It doesn't skip as much. You can't see it, but I did write the Sakura Jelly Roll here. This one tends to not skip on me as much in the white, but the colored ones that I had of this tend to skip a lot. And I do believe with both of these brands, with the Target as well as the Jelly Roll, it's because of the way I write and the way that their tips are made. So the Target Up brand has a nice little rubber grip here, but it's slightly a thicker tip, but I tend to write at an angle, and so when I do that, I tend to get skips. If I write more up and down, then I don't get the skipping as much with the Jelly Rolls and the Up pens. But that's why I kind of got rid of all my Jelly Rolls, because I ended up using a different type of pen in my journaling that I didn't have to worry about skipping. So that's what brings me to the Doodle Art Pro. These have a wider tip than the other. So this has the chunkier tip that I like, similar to the Up brand. But for some reason, their mechanism in the Doodle Pro makes it just flow a lot better. It flows very easily. I'll just show you a few here. It does not skip. There is no skip issue at all with these Doodle Art Pro, especially when I'm writing like on white cardstock or lighter cardstock. It writes wonderfully. So I absolutely love these for journaling on lighter cardstock. They work amazing. These are my favorite, and I would recommend these for any of you who want to use more colors in your planners. Now another thing I wanted to show you was how do these pens do on a black background. So here's the Sakura Jelly Roll. What I do like about the Sakura is this particular one is a very fine point. So this one is the 08 Sakura Jelly Roll. And it did skip on me a little bit in the beginning, but again, that was my fault. If I hold the pen more straight, I don't get any skipping and it flows very well. This is the Uniball Signo. That's kind of been my newer go-to over the Jelly Roll. And then this is the Doodle Art Pro. Now, what I did notice on this particular cardstock, this cardstock is a little more slick than this paper here. So when I wrote with it, it kind of gave me a double line effect in some spots. So I did have to go over some spots twice in order to fill it in. But after it dries, you can see it's really a nice contrast on top of the paper here. So the last comparison I wanted to show was how all of these write on photos. So I went a little crazy with my heat tool and got a bubble in there, but for writing on photos, I don't recommend the Doodle Art Pro. Even after using the heat gun, it still smeared on me. So I'd probably need to leave my photo out overnight in order for it to dry well enough to not smear. Whereas the Sakura Jelly Roll, it goes on very smooth, and the Uniball Signo holds very well as well. Those will both dry on their own. You can just leave the photo aside, or you can use a little bit of the heat tool and they'll go in place. My favorite for photos is definitely the Uniball Signo. It kind of has, even when you feel it, it even has like a texture to it. But they both dry equally well on a photo. But the Doodle Art Pro just couldn't seem to dry quite enough. So I've had this sitting aside for a little over an hour now. I used a heat tool and I had it sitting aside for an hour. And let's see how it does now. So now it seems to be doing okay. It does still smear a little. These others don't move at all. So this one is good for coloring and using on regular paper, but I don't really recommend these particular gel pens to use on your photos in scrapbooking. So overall, for paper, bullet journaling, for planners, for journaling on cardstock, for scrapbooking, I definitely recommend the Doodle Art Pro gel pens. This is a great set, and I look forward to using it more in my scrapbooks coming up, because they truly write very easily like a pen, like a ballpoint pen. I don't feel like they skip, and they have plenty of fluid coming out of them. But for that same reason, I don't necessarily recommend them on a more slick cardstock or on photos, because they are so juicy, they take a while to dry. So there are other companies' gel pens that you can use for those purposes, but for general everyday purpose, I definitely recommend Doodle Art Pro. Okay, so I just wanted to show you a couple more things. One is, this is it when it's on a coloring page. And you can see how those colors kind of blend together. It's so pretty. I hope you can see that glitter. It just really sparkles and shines, and they blend together really well. You really don't have to put down much ink. One pass is pretty much good enough coverage. The other thing I wanted to show you was, this is the size of the case. I know it's kind of hard to tell when we have it laying on the table. And what I've done is, that coloring chart is on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So all I did was fold it in half and slide it right in between the two pens, and it's a perfect fit. If you're interested in purchasing a set of these for yourself, I'm going to post my referral link below. I'm also going to post these detailed photos on my blog. So if you're wanting to have a closer look or read through some of the details about these pens, I will have my blog post also linked below. So thank you so much for watching today. Please like and subscribe this video if you want to see more reviews like this, and I'll see you next time.